Hi guys, Nicholas here at Online Calisthenics, and today we're going to talk about 3 exercises that are great to practice to get better at handstand. And quickly before we get started, I just wanted to let you know that I've released a full handstand program on the onlinecalisthenics.com platform. You can sign up and try it for 3 days for free. So feel free to jump in and try it for yourself. It's very thorough, and you have a lot of content in there. Additionally to every other program that's on the platform, you have access to everything. So let's come back to our handstand videos today. And the first thing we're going to talk about is the walk the wall drill. And basically what you want to do in that video is face the wall and walk it until you get to a straight line. So let's play the video and we're going to talk about it. Tuck your pelvis in, rib cage in, and use your feet to walk the wall. So the idea, respect all of the little cues here and there. You can replay the video later. And you want to either get your toes on the wall like this and really stretch it out. So you want to tuck your pelvis here, very important. You want to point your feet against the wall and then tuck your pelvis in, so reverse and make sure that it's not falling forward. You want to push in your scapula here, in your shoulders, and look through. So look to the wall, so walk the wall in a way once you're in the position. Shrug those shoulders. You want to really extend, so push the floor away from you, very important. It gets you a really stable base like that once you manage to do this. Engage your core. That's really what makes your line stay aligned, really. And if it's too hard to get your toes right in the wall, on the wall, sorry, you can just put the tip of your foot right on the wall, as if you're pointing those toes as well. Just two different slight difference, but it will work either way. Really important to get that line really here. That's really the important factor here. Tuck your pelvis, and from the toes to your hand, you want to really feel that hollow body line here that will basically translate into a proper handstand once you get the other parts correct. So if you're already able to jump or kick up into a handstand against the wall, you might as well want to do this exercise so that you compensate the lack of line. Usually people get to a banana handstand, which is basically a little bit of arching in the back. So you want to really do that one so that you don't arch your back. It's really a key element here in successful handstand, is keeping that form aligned while you do the whole movement and never get into an arch, basically. Unless you really mean it for a hollow body, a hollow back, handstand, which is pretty advanced. If you're beginner or intermediate, just aim for that line. That's really going to be a good solution to get perfect at a handstand. You want to squeeze your shoulder blades together. That helps extending your arms. So pay attention to that as well. Very important. And don't forget to breathe. So all along that line, basically, you want to make sure that you can continuously breathe slowly. That means exhale slowly as possible, but still do it. Don't hold your breath, because that's usually what keeps us from good form. Is we get exhausted, we forget to breathe, and then we get to release or give up our good form, and then repeat. So try to really focus on your breath as well as your motion in the air, basically. And then very easily, you just walk it down. Once you want to get out of that pose, you just walk it slowly, down, and then come back to the initial position. And repeat that for, as many sets as you can. Make sure you warm up your wrist before you do that, and repeat until you get a proper alignment, something that feels good to you. You can film it as well, put a phone on the floor, and then have a picture or a video taken when you do it, and then make sure that your line is proper. So let's move on to the next exercise, which is the shoulder dislocate. This one is a mobility drill. that really basically is going to help you keep your shoulders open and properly aligned with the rest of your body so that you don't have to arch your back. A lot of people lack shoulder mobility and they are missing that into their handstand. So all you got to do really is take a stick, a broom will work as well, and try to get it behind your back and over again. So you repeat that 3, 5, 10 times, and as often as possible, regularly as possible, to get your shoulder mobility better over time. So let's see how it looks. Here I'm bringing it over and back behind me. And really the whole work here is done with my scapula. So I'm not really moving my arms. You want to keep your core tucked in, your feet together, and your arms straight, and everything is moving from there. So here you're moving your scapula, you're pulling them up and then backwards, and then repeat. And you want to squeeze the blades together once you're behind you and come back. The idea here is to not arch. You want to keep that pelvis tilt. So tuck your pelvis. That means your hips in and your rib cage. So there's 2 layers, right? Rib cage, and then underneath is the pelvis or the hips. So make sure to keep that both levels. So here is the rib cage here, where the mouse is right here, and the pelvis is under, is where your glutes are, is where your hips are. So align those 2 segments so that your arms get all the way up and right at the top of your feet. That's really what you want here. And bring it back behind you. Breathe. Keep your thumbs over the stick. That's going to really help pull on your shoulders. Do not arch your back. And really that movement is going to completely change your handstand once you get good at it. Once your shoulder get mobile and able to move, that's going to be a game changer once you start doing handstands properly. Let's move on to the next exercise, which is a standing hip stretch. It's very simple, very efficient yet though. It's basically what a lot of people lack is hip mobility when they do a handstand. So they're stiff in their midsection, so that doesn't really allow them to align the upper and lower body. So I highly recommend you dive into that stretch. It's very simple, static, and do it as often as possible. Repeat 3 to 5 times every day. You can go for 3 to 5 sets of a few seconds, 10 seconds maybe, or a minute total, whichever feels good to you. And at least if you feel a result in your hip, basically, as long as you feel results, like basically you should feel your hips really opening, and you can use that little stretch time to warm up your wrist. So use those 3 movements in any order that you like, as long as you do them all, and that's going to be really a great addition to your current handstand training. I highly recommend you spend some time on these 3 detailed exercise, because they will definitely be a game changer to how you feel in your handstand training. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Please click the like button if you find this video helpful. That really helps this channel being found by other people just like you. That really helps me. So I thank you for watching. Thank you for your support, and I will be back next week with a new video. Have a good week, guys.